Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a round teapots. Yixing teapots have three kinds, a round one, square one, sculpture one. So the round one is most the traditional and by a turntable and a marry and a paddle just by beating. This is a 1,000-year history technique, especially for make functional teapots with those tools, the traditional tools, a little turntable. So we get a clay bar. This clay need to be dry as usual you guys use. After cut out from clay bag and you cut how much you want and lay out 1 or 2 or 3 hours or whole night, no sunshine, whole night in basement or something like that, just like hard let it dry. So by the beating, the clay can press more and more flexible too. So I made a circle one. That depends how much teapots usually you want to make. Just put on the turntable for the base, for hold, not really for use for teapots, just help paddling later on. So this is a traditional round teapots. So a shape like this, then after add spout later on. A clay bar, we beat by the side, make to thinner. So the slab can make very thin by the beetle. We use wood thick table, and also this is the wood, that way don't stick. Also this clay already dry a little bit. Very flexible. Use bamboo, smooth surface, and also make a clay a little more even. So the slab, same thickness, very even is very important in this step. That way later when we paddle in, the clay even more easier to paddle. Whatever you want, how tall, that depends your design. We cut out one rectangle. So that's the easy tool to cut a slab rectangle, and you can use a knife and use just a ruler too. Put it there. The smoothing side always outside. Use this extra clay. Make a bottom. Make a circle piece. So we never waste the clay. The 1 bar clay, I can make 1 teapot because Yixing the clay is very expensive. In traditional history, this clay as gold. But for American, any kinds of stoneware clay could be used this technique. Porcelain is not good. Use this paddling technique because porcelain by the beat getting wet, very difficult to shape. Porcelain is more for slowing, casting. So this could be later for bottom, top. We just leave side. Side for use later use. So this is I made early, just a thick circle piece, and depends your design, how wide the teapots, how big the teapots you want to make. Cut the circle, stick on the turntable, now follow the circle. For short, we'll make smaller. So same thickness, cut the extra by 45 angling. The 45 when we put it together will be same thickness. Just a little water, no slip. 45 is the golden size. In hot teapots, we use the 45 angle laths because 45 after shrink is the strongest hold. Just a little water and the smoothing. We don't use a slip for the drawing because we want to keep the same wetness. If add a slip on later after beading, will be getting more wet. So just smoothing inside and outside. Inside also need to smooth too. Follow the angle, help it getting more strong. Always keep the shape. Here, put a mark here. So later we put the handle here. Wait a little bit. From second, third part, start partly. One beat by one beat. When we beat, help turntable turn too. Also make the shape. Move the hands, make shape. Beat, hands move. Fix the shape a little bit. So this part will become teapot's the bottom. We make a bottom first. Cut this circle perfectly. This circle, this circle, this circle. When we're working, always keep your tools clean. Clean tools, clean table, nice work. So that's the round piece I made early. We cut a bottom out. cut around, not put on, push in. See, 45, 45. This cutting tool, and also cut this circle piece is a little angle on the edge. So 45, 45. Perfect, put in. Now we use a slab. The slab we ask is a very fine slab. Not very wet, not very dry, fine, nice. Like this. Push in. This will become teapot's the bottom, the first layer. The first layer over the bottom. See, this all have two layers on the bottom. One layer is like this. Just add one more and cut another one without the edge. This one also one more here. So this is the bottom. One more here and smooth out the edge and cut inside. So will become this kind of bottom. So using traditional teapots, there's many kinds style and many kinds of foot bottom. Just depends what you want to make. Help the joint more strong, nice, clean. The paddling also help shaping, not just paddle. So the round teapots is by turntable, by beading, paddling. The square teapots just use slab and just drawing. So the technique is different. But the base one is same, all made into the slab, even sculpture one. Those bamboo tools were made by self, depends your design, help make shape, nice, perfect. Bamboo has good texture, then very good for smoothing surface. And also Yixing is very close to Shanghai, south of China, so there's lots of bamboo grow there. We eat bamboo, we use bamboo making tools, use bamboo making furniture. Even we making teapots look like bamboo. So this part is just the bottom part, smoothing a little bit, let it dry a little bit. Now we turn back side. So this side will become top, but inside there's slip. We need to make clean, nice. See, there's a slip. We also need to clean the slip. This technique is more focused on making functional parts. So the functional is the most important thing. To the functional is make inside, outside, or nice, clean. The slab even and also same weakness very important. If some part dry, some part too wet or not even, will be very difficult to make a perfect shape. That's around the teapots to asking. If you make a sculpture, you can open your idea, but also make a bottom first and build a shape, then put the top on. Then we can make more sculpture on the surface, or jingwen kinds, or texture kinds. So this part will become teapots the top. But we need to close the top first. That way we can keep the air inside, then we can work on the surface more. Same way, we cut this circle out, a perfect circle. "45", always remember the golden size, 45. "45". Also is put in. Don't leave the opening, but keep this top, but don't close inside one. That way we can keep the air inside, so we can work on surface later. Slab, fine, nice. and put in. So this way, the whole body, same thickness. Now inside have air, so the shape is hold. Then you can work on the surface, make the shape what you want. Maybe little bottom little taller or total around. Sculpture a little bit. If you want to make jingwen kinds, like chrysanthemum flower, this is the time also to make the jingwen. Put there, dry a little bit. Usually we have water jar by my side, and all bags, put in bags to moisture 1 or 2 hours for the slip. For the slip with slab or same wetness, then we can add more neck or foot on. So wait and dry a little bit. So that's the, we don't use this piece. So this piece just help hold. So that's the body part, first step. When we waiting dry, we can make a spout handle. If you're making a traditional handle, you just making a small just by hand rolling by this part. Make a shape like a needle, not from big to small, little same size then smaller. Use paddling smooth. So that's a traditional handle. This is the more sculpture, make like a peach. This is just a traditional handle. The traditional one, the shape always in the ear, like ear shape. The best way to hold, hold the teapots, just like your mom hold your ear when you're little. That's the best shape. So the follow like ear. Later we just need, like this one is upside down. Like this one, just add more sculpture on, more texture on. So we make this there first for dry. Depends your design. This also is a handle. I just make a round one. This is my teapots like waving. So when I finish this part, now I make more texture and add 1 more coil, 2 more coil, a little bit. Even this, make this first, then make texture look like waving. So now is making spout. This spout technique is very unique and very creative. That's 1,000-year history. Lots of people get this idea. And for making small spout, just with a needle tool. This is spout. The spout also there's a one-way spout and artistic spout. Some realist style. Some like leaves, but all is based on this spout first, then later add more texture. We'll just use this needle tools. Make a small curve. Put in center. Low in. All the way in middle. By pushing all the way to through in the middle. Also when you low with this kind of shape, so you don't lost. Then push on to table. Make hole bigger and bigger. So inside the nice, smooth, clean, then curve the shape what you want. One way, two way, this is like a two-way. This is basic shape. One way, you just little one, and then this is one way. This haven't fired yet. So this is three-way. This is a burst to pour very strong, nice. Inside very smoothing, nice, and also good for function. That's the spout. A traditional lid like this, we make a cone first, then later we use bamboo make this. But for artistic lid, and you just sculpt by yourself. I show you the traditional one for lid. But we make the coil first. The twist help make the coil even. This we just leave there for drying. Later we continue working. Now we make shape nice. Always there's water by your side. So now we make shape more nice, even. When we learn teapots, we learn making own tools too. So that way you can, depends your design, whatever you want. make shape more perfect. Smooth. Using traditional tools is the water buffalo horn. Water buffalo horn, cut and make nicely small, put in water, make soft. If you don't have water buffalo horn, use plastic. Plastic make nice too, can work out good too. By the smooth, the surface is more compressed. So this will be the bottom. Now, how to make the bottom look like this? We use a very soft. I need a soft. A soft one. This a soft one. Cut a little bigger than what the size you're asking, and a little bigger than the first piece of the bottom. Smooth. This is a soft one. We follow the shape, put in the center. No slip, no word, just add on, but put in the center part. Just put on, no water, no slip. Then we're working on the edge, just the edge. Make the edge, follow the body, make the edge. Just working on the so-called edge part. Follow the shape, make edge with the shape in same shape. Add a little slip, okay, to make shape more perfect. Always clean tooth. This part is the teapot's bottom. So now here I have two layers. Make smaller, much smaller than the second piece we add on. We cut. There's two layers, we just need to cut the top layer. Take out. The second layer we add on, just pull out. Don't cut all the way through. So this way, have the bottom like this. We can add a little slip laid on the edge, make a shape more nice. Just a little bit. Because be careful the air, so I make more slip follow it or put in the slip. First time just use finger, so make the edge by little curve. This is the same thing, just cut it more bigger. We just add a slip there after dry, same even dry, even, then we smoothing out. So now this is the bottom. Later just smooth out and put your name on that. Yixing teapots always have artist name on the bottom. See? Yes. Now just leave over there for dry. Put it there dry. Now we prepare the lid. Here only one layer, but there's many ways you can make a lid. Like this one, just one layer, then we cut out. And also another circle one for make a lid. But like this one, so will be same with the bottom. There's two layers. Cut out second part, like this one, for the lid. So this is my teapots. Two layers, cut out one, leave the edge for the bottom. Why teapots always have to have this kind in the bottom? Because when you're making tea, so you don't want the whole body, because always when we're making tea, always pour water on the teapots, because when you're drinking tea, teapots drinking tea too. That make the teapots more shiny, more smooth. That's the tea ceremony. Most of the enjoying thing is you drink tea, they drink tea too. This will be like a gel and make more drinking, more nice, more shiny, more smooth. So this way is the same technique, just the second piece I made it to the lid, then I cut opening later. Then this one just you add another fridge, a little slab, you know, like the bottom, like the body, little slab curve for the edge. So for this lid, if you want making a traditional lid, you just need making one piece there. If you want to make a little more shape, you just add one piece on the top. Like this bottom Another piece is make look like this. So we make this neck lid like this. One piece for the neck, another piece for the lid, and add a flange, and add another small piece on the top for the band. So first smoothing the whole body. We cut the first layer for the neck. So this for the neck. Put in center. Really fine slab. Put the center over the teapots. Add a little more slab on the edge. Now just need to wait and dry. After the slab dry, we use tools to smoothing out. Use the buffalo horn tools. Wait and dry. So this is the neck. Now we make a lid. If your neck is thinner, lid is more thick. Same size. That's for lid. The edge, little around, you just later we have special tools for the edge. For make an edge more around. Those tools make by itself. So if you want the edge is around, you make tools on the turntable, turn like this too. If you just want straight, you just use bamboo tools or knife and this smoothing out later on. If you want the hair a little down, then that's the time to add on. So a little curve, make a shape nice. Much smaller. make here a little curve. Add a slip, attach on, add more slip on the edge, later, after slip dry out, we smooth. So this will be the lid. Then add a fridge on later, add opening, fridge, opening. That's the basic teapot, the body part. Then we can add a spout, handle, and it depends what kinds of lid, spout on your design. So first part, I made those, and there will be second part. Then I will show you how to make a spout look like bamboo, how to make the handle look like a pantry, and also this look like another flower or something, another little kinds. So now just need waiting dry. So this is the traditional kinds of teapots. If a contemporary one, you just depends your design, you know. You can make a little like this, and also like a flower. The same technique. Then you just add a texture on, like a flower, this lotus, add this lotus, and the spout, this traditional lid. So this teapot is dry out with this clay after the reduction file. Yixing clay only file 01, 1160 to 1190. Only 01 is low fire, but could be functional because we're beading, smoothing, lots compress, and also using the clay is different with held stoneware. When we're making tea, never leaking, but they'll blaze like a fish skinning. So the clay is a little different. But stoneware, held American stoneware, after your beading and lots of smoothing, also working out really good too.